Do you know the story of Esther? Well, let me refresh your memory. Esther's life started with very meager beginnings. Her parents died and she became an orphan. She was raised by her cousin Mordecai. Many years later, the king was looking for a new wife to replace Vashti, who had been removed as queen because she didn't do what the king asked her to do. So Mordecai tells Esther, hey, you should go and be presented to the king. You never know, you might become the new queen. And Esther says, okay, I'll do it. Now, when the king saw Esther, he was delighted. He immediately fell in love with her and he chose her to be his new queen. Now, unbeknownst to Esther, there was a man named Haman, who was the king's close friend. But he was actually a really evil dude who wanted all the Jews wiped out. So he tells the king, hey, these Jews are a problem. They're not doing what you say they should do. They have their own laws. They don't follow your rules. They're a pain in the neck. Why don't you just get rid of them? The king agreed and made a decree that all the Jews were to be annihilated. When Mordecai found out about this, he ripped his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and stood in the king's courtyard. Then Mordecai went to Esther and told her what was going on and told her that she needed to go and plead with the king to turn back this evil decree. And Esther says, okay, I'll do it. So Esther and her maidens went into fasting with no food or water. Now, the next day she goes into the king's presence. No makeup, no fancy clothes. And she says, please reverse this evil decree before any more harm comes to my people, the Jews. And the king was like, whoa, what are you talking about? Who would want to hurt the Jews? And Esther says, it is this man, Haman. He wanted us all dead. And then Esther tells the king how she's related to Mordecai. And the king is furious and he has Haman put to death. And he gives Esther and Mordecai the authority to do whatever they want. And that's when the Jews had their freedom. And they were able to celebrate their deliverance from Haman's evil plot to extinguish all the Jews. Do you know someone who needs to hear this story? Share this video so they can hear the powerful message of God's deliverance.